Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. Moon in Pisces, Sun in Scorpio. Cardinal Way. That's beautiful on the license plate. We just exited cardinal sign Libra. Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius are social zodiac signs. They're in the breakthrough arc. Social zodiac signs start at Leo and develop through Virgo. Everything about Virgo is like personal hygiene. Virgo has Libra. Libra is class. Libra is style. That's why you see Virgos and Libras just looking mad classy. But I want to really show you the opposition between a raw Aries, fresh out of bed, you know what I'm saying, archetype. One misconception is that Aries are dirty. Aries are some of the hottest, freshest fly people. Some of the people with the best fashion sense I've known are actually Aries with other social energies. But I'm not trying to say that Aries in and of itself is just some savage, unkempt loser. But I am saying that when we take the dichotomy between the social zodiac signs that present your individuality towards others, a huge integral part of that is Virgo, because Virgo integrates the cleanliness from Cancer and puts it all together. And so once we start to express that on stage, if you think about it, when you're practicing in the gym versus when you're performing on stage, you have in a performance a uniform. You look somewhat kempt, you know what I mean? Like there's an effort in this presentation that's going through there, and we now intensify this through Scorpio. Scorpio has some of the greasiest, but like clean greasy, you know what I'm saying? The people who use mad gel on their shit, that's Scorpio. Anyway, we have the sauce, you feel me? Scorpio is a transformative cutting of excess weight that we have, of course, integrated through Virgo. This is what prepares us for the apotheosis process that once we step into Sagittarius brings us up into ascension. So I wanted to mention the first 2 minutes about the dynamics between bringing rawness in Aries to polish it, because I'm in front of you with very unkempt hair, and I just want you to keep that in mind. Like, it's nothing for me to cut my hair, y'all. I can get a haircut. I can get it lined up, put some chapstick on. I could trim the beard, y'all. But when you see me like this, I want you to, you're already thinking about this, right? I want you to think about the social psychology behind just something as simple as a haircut. Think about how men just get their lifeblood back when they get a haircut. Think about how women are turned off by the scruffiness of any man. This is like a scruff guard right here, a scruff shield. Do you know how many women I could hypnotize if I had my beard lined up and then I had my Trey songs lined up and stuff, and I was singing a little R&B? It will transform everything, okay? So I'm just saying this because some of you really mean well, you know what I mean? You let me know, especially if you have Virgo, especially if you're about that, you know what I'm saying? You into fashion and stuff. I know you cringe when you see me. I know you cringe when you're like, really, the Peace Dealer still hasn't done this? Is for y'all, okay? This is so you can see the scruff McGruff. I am a dust lord. All right, I've awakened can you imagine having superpowers where if you touch someone, they turn into Ashy Larry? What am I supposed to do with these dust powers? And so now I'm like, am I just not meant for this society? Am I supposed to conform? And I can, but I just wanted to put that out there. All right, don't worry, I'm aware. All right, I want to tie this into the message because the moon is in Pisces, which is going to get ready to change, as is always your belief about your self-concept. But this is relative to the 5th house transit it's making to the sun in Scorpio. And so we're going to talk about how this divine understanding, moon in Pisces, is going to change your beliefs around everything that you are capable of achieving. Because this Leo signature is going to, through this divine understanding of magic, fully bring out the talents of this pure awareness and transformation state that Scorpio season is going to enable you to harness. The transformation is relative to the year only possible relative to the activation of your super self, the classic presentation of your identity that coming into Scorpio purifies the intensity of how much sharper it is, and that readies us for ascension in Sagittarius. Okay, so the very first thing, of course, to kind of get out the way. Oh yeah. you're straight. Yep, she right. It's still kind of hot. But like, other than that, you know what I mean? Like, the nature of how this is going to really express. Well, one, we had the trine 0 degrees from Saturn to Scorpio, which I once again will maintain is not only important, but as the sun goes from 1 degrees to like 0 degrees, 2 degrees Sag, we are effectively now ascending relative to the Saturn cycle. It is ascending our pure awareness of the next level of development relative to the subsequent conjunction of Saturn and Pisces again, which will really bring in the true transit. That's when it really fully starts to begin, that Sun Saturn Pisces. The last Sun Saturn we had was in Aquarius, and that's why in between Sun Saturn Aquarius, Sun Saturn Pisces, we are going to be witnessing the shift of humanity, the shift of the collective. All right, cool. So we're getting ready for a new 2 year, whatever. All right, cool. That being said, Moon on Saturn is one of the most iconic parts of this chart because it's reestablishing the 28-day cycle that we did every month. Last time we did it was in Libra season. Now we're doing it again in Scorpio season. So a lot of this reinforcement of divine beliefs, the whole purpose of this Saturn Pisces is to build your arc. You are engineering supernatural beliefs, and they don't have to be supernatural, but these are just the beliefs that you personally have that will, of course, materialize relative to the integrity you have of them. And this is going to, of course, help you understand relative to these cycles, not only how much you've developed, not only how much more integrity your beliefs have, but now showing you the nature of them through this pure awareness that has shown you how much you are transforming. And post the Libra season that has pretty much activated this initial breakthrough of utilizing your abilities at the super level, this is just going to intensify that. So this is getting ready to literally transform your awareness. And Moon in Pisces is one of the first stops towards there. Every mutable moon sign is an adjustment of your focus and lens. So the Saturn conjunction is going to give you a totality, Saturn of Moon understanding of metaphysical perspective, divine perspective that is beyond the physical, versus Virgo, which would be strictly physical or analytical. And the reason why this is a fun transit, guys, is the Leo season transit apexing at the beginning of the transit gives us the full range of both Pisces and Scorpio to explore the creativity of now with this pure awareness, what we can understand and what we imagine through it. All right. It's hard to put into words because the water aspect of things are not really seen as much as they are felt. But this Leo signature will charge the energy of Scorpio to produce within your inner world a very divine understanding and vision to help prepare you to complete and harvest this transit. Because what Moon in Pisces will prepare you for is to change the belief in how you understand who you are, so that when the moon goes into Aries and you understand who you are, you're going to take this understanding of who you are transforming into, and you're going to set that as the new behavioral integration. You're going to set a new habit coming into Moon in Aries. But the Moon in Pisces needs to give you the perception of what that's going to look like by changing how to believe in yourself, because you're going to be experiencing a divine element of supernatural abilities beyond Pisces, everything up until this point that you might have seen as normal or regular or at the level you're currently at. Think of it as like a mini level up. We also want to bring in the moon sextile to Jupiter and Uranus, which will now add so much more unconventional receptivity to grounding what out of bounds you will be sensing. We also want to take into account Mercury and Mars that are in proximity to the sun, lighting up the awareness of what actions we take and how our brain processes these things. So it's going to streamline and intensify all this together and really purify, because if you think about Sagittarius and Scorpio, that's the laser. The laser is condensed and it's specific and it's straight. It is focusing a lot of your consciousness to laser in. And before you do that, Pisces is going to bring up so many different possibilities so that you could begin to do that. Moon in Aries, Moon in Taurus. All right, now that we got a little bit of the math out the way, be very careful about people just making shit up, because in that moment, it feels so right to them. And those who don't have the ability to disassociate between their intense feelings and, I don't know, actual fucking facts, be very careful about them. You'll know who they are, because whenever you, whether you agree or disagree with them, whenever you interject any kind of facts, they start to go crazy. Here's a really big test, quick test to tell if anyone's an NPC or not, okay? Someone is I know I say I'm your favorite NPC, but I mean this in a different way. I'm an NPC when I say I'm non-fucking playable. Nobody can fucking play me. When I'm saying identify an NPC, you need to know basic logic. So if you can recognize a sound argument, an argument is a statement or an argument that is logically sound because the premises of that argument, for example, if I say, all four-legged creatures are dogs. I know this because my dog is a four-legged creature. That's a premise. And a cat is a four-legged creature. So all four-legged creatures are dogs. Clearly that argument is not sound, because even though the first premise was right, cat's a four-legged creature, but the conclusion is not sound. That doesn't mean that all four-legged creatures are just dogs. That's an unsound argument. So whenever you start to, present facts that kind of take away from the unsoundness of someone's argument, someone who's not an NPC will recognize the logic. The logical basis is the universal truth with which anyone can communicate with. An NPC only has so much programmed in their brain. So they're going to react very unconventionally, and they're just going to cycle back and forth between just more BS. And you could tell because their statements are not sound. That's not their fault. That's all that's programmed in their brain. They're an NPC. I just let you know how to spot an NPC. Versus if they can actually acknowledge logic, that doesn't mean they're going to agree with what you're saying. Huge misconception. Someone can disagree with what you're saying, but still understand the logic. Boom, they're not NPC. Cool. Anyway, that being said, be very mindful of that, because the moon Saturn and moon Neptune will really activate this total understanding of a new vision and new intuitive insights that without the necessary grounding could just have people believe whatever they see. Be very mindful of what is brought up to you without any true context, because this will be a great way to get people to make decisions before there's really enough information. But the moon on Neptune is going to be exceptionally supernatural. It's going to be the apex of this fifth house transit, and it's definitely going to put you in a position to really play with, fifth house to the Scorpio sun, the abilities that are integrating through the charging of really focusing this intense Scorpio awareness and seeing what Pisces shows you as a result. You're getting ready to go down a rabbit hole, and the best thing about this is to not try and figure it out before we finish the full moon. Just allow yourself to be guided or on the flow like a dead fish. If you want to fight against the stream, go ahead. And really just open yourself up to what's possible to you now that you're in the midst of intense transformation. All right. That sextile to, of course, Pluto at the end as it conjuncts Neptune is going to now deepen and open the door of the conjunction that was made in Capricorn on Pluto. And as it opens the door right next to Neptune, this will prepare your perception. Oh, shit. Yeah, just almost busted my ass. To go beyond what is in the physical. Y'all stay blessed as always. Until next time.